Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. Wow, I was really hoping I never had to make these kind of videos again, but here I am making this video. So I thought of making this after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, "Proof of COVID Jabs for All Visitors Revived." Let me restate that. All visitors. We did a video previously talking about this, and yeah, there was a mandate for travelers coming out of China associated with this, but now it looks like this applies to everyone, which I can't imagine why this makes a lick of sense, but whatever. Moving forward, let me quote directly. Quote, "All visitors to Thailand must show proof of at least 2 COVID-19 vaccinations under revised rules that coincide with the revival of travel from China," authorities said on Thursday. You know, the thing that really bugs me about this, and I'm not going to claim to have any expertise in immunology or medical science or anything like that. I'm just, I'm going to take my lawyer hat off for the moment. I'm just a guy that likes to believe that he has some common sense. And one, I would like to know I think I do know actually the legal basis under which they can make this mandate, because it does involve foreign nationals. As noted, all visitors, so again, it doesn't appear to pertain to Thai nationals. And then secondly, it is international travel of non-nationals into a given country. I do get that. There are sovereign prerogatives associated with entry and exit. People can, countries can mandate certain health initiatives on their own if they want. For example, requirement that you have a malarial vaccine to go to, a country that has malaria issues is a good prior historical precedent. That being said, I think it's heavily distinguished from the case at hand, most notably by the fact that malaria really has a level of fatality that I think is fundamentally different than the situation at hand. Moreover, I think that there are serious questions regarding efficacy here. And I don't think that this is something that is in any way fringe thinking or anything, especially 3 years in where we know the data on this stuff, and especially where an executive from one of the manufacturers of these vaccinations has been in the European Parliament and has specifically stated that no, they didn't actually research things like transmissibility when doing the research on this particular health initiative. Okay, and for those who don't believe me on that, just go look that up. That's all over the place. There was a Pfizer exec, is my understanding, that was in the European Parliament that was questioned on this and answered precisely that. I'll try to find a link to that and throw it into the description so people can see that. The point I'm trying to make is I'm not an anti-vaccination person by any stretch of the imagination. I'm fully vaccinated every way that counts up to before this whole thing began. And my serious questions are, one, why the bureaucracies and I can't say any other word than nanny-minders of the world seem to think that they get to tell everyone at any given time, and for whatever reason they just come up with, what to do with their own bodies. I have real issues with that on a fundamental level. Again, I totally get Thailand's position regarding the sovereign prerogatives pertaining to her land, air, and sea immigration checkpoints. She certainly has the prerogative to issue these kind of public health initiatives. I don't disagree with that. And I don't disagree that the power is there. But that said, there was a notion prior to all of this that in international travel that there would be reasonable restrictions and reasonable mandates imposed on people that simply want to exercise their basic human right, which we've discussed in prior videos on here, basic human right to travel. And honestly, I don't understand this at this point, because as our own government has said here in Thailand, this thing is endemic now. It's just in the ecosystem. It is what it is. Meanwhile, it's my understanding, again, you can go in and read the Bangkok Post article I just cited. They talk about in there that, these strains and things are all similar. Okay, so what's the point of this? Everybody in Thailand that wants to have the treatment to deal with this, that wants to have the inoculation, they can have it. There's no issue in getting that. So why impose this? I don't get it at all. It makes no sense in terms of the basic notions of like high school biology class, immunology, that I thought we were all taught and we were aware of. It doesn't seem to make any sense in light of that. And it doesn't seem to make any sense in light of the fact that, quite honestly, we're past this. We are past this. Why are we still obsessing over this? I'm going to do another video contemporaneously with this one where I go into a little bit more of my opinion on this, because I'm pretty darn angry at this point, and a lot of my anger is probably directed at China, but it probably shouldn't be in the sense of the people of China or anything like this. But I'm pretty angry because it just seems like this narrative wants to continue that we need to be afraid of everything and we need to impose all of these restrictions. And these are going to be restrictions that are going to have substantial implications for the economy here in Thailand, for the tourism sector here in Thailand. This is not going to be insignificant at all by any stretch of the imagination. So again, I'm wondering why we're doing this in the first place. I'm wondering why it's been deemed just a foregone conclusion that it needs to happen. And I'm hoping cooler heads will prevail.